Howdy folks, Indestructicon here with another Borderlands build video. This time we will be looking at my Twin Dragon Encounter Zane build. It's another little hidden reference there for you guys, if you can figure it out. So let's just get right into it. Now, I had quite a bit of trouble getting this build together. Tried many things, and I've never done a clone Sentinel build, so I thought I would like to try that. I worked one up and I found out it was very similar to one Moxie did, so I had to retool it. He was using the Mantis cannon to proc Revolter and all that, and that was fine and it worked really well, but I did not want to just rip off one of his builds. So went back to my original plan to do a clone Sentinel build, and I think I got something pretty cool going on. So let's just take a look at it. See, I remembered to pop out my class mod this time. So here we go. We have 5 points in violent speed, 5 points in violent momentum, 1 point in drone delivery, 3 points in salvation, 1 point in seeing red, 5 points in violent violence. We have 4 points in playing dirty, 1 point in good misfortune, and 1 point in death follows close. Now in our orange tree, we got 3 points in synchronicity, 3 points in this one, because I don't know how to say it, 5 points in borrowed time, 5 points in Donnybrook. We got 1 point in fractal frags, 1 point in duct tape mod, 1 point in quick breather. We got 1 point in pocket full of grenades. We got 1 point in old U, 1 point in boom enhance, 3 points in trick of the light, and 1 point in double barrel. Now this is an important one. You get a pretty good amount of extra damage, and because of that, we will also be taking which one's real augment for our clone here. This will let you switch with your clone and have him draw fire, which will work with Trick of the Light really nice. And then we also have Doppelbanger here so that you can move your clone around. In our green tree, we just have 2 little points left over here in Adrenaline to help with our action skill cooldown. Then in our purple tree, we have 3 points in Renegade, 2 points in Deja Vu, 5 points in Headsman Hand, 5 points in Commitment, and 1 point in Fugitive. Now, we didn't take any points in Mana Focus, which is a great skill, and I really like it. But we will not be constantly firing off the Mantis shoulder cannon, so we won't really be stacking this or proccing it. So I thought maybe a little health regen and maybe some bullets would be a little more beneficial. That's just where I went with that. I also forgot to mention here in the blue tree, since we are using Sentinel, we're using Bad Dose and Static Field. Static Field's not as an important one if you want to move this around, but Bad Dose is really good. I did not know how powerful this was. This will shoot out a beam of radiation that weakens enemies and buffs Zane's. For every weakened enemy, Zane's movement, speed, and fire rate are increased. So this actually works really good when you're in a big group of guys and you're weakening a bunch of them. Your movement speed and attack speed, and your fire rate rather, go up pretty good. So I think that covers our tree. Now let's get into gear. So the main weapon I'm using is the Sandhawk. Now the Sandhawk is a sniper rifle that acts more like a machine gun shotgun. It's a really good weapon and it's a really easy farm. You can farm this from Katagawa Jr. And I mean, I got a bunch of them really quick. I got a corrosive one, ice one, I got a fire one over here. So really good weapon. Really works good for Clone Zane, who doesn't have to worry about ammo, and it's very easy to obtain. My main weapon that I use when I'm running around is the Redistributor. Now, what you want to roll on these, which is really cool, is while Digi-Clone is active, regenerate 30% of magazine ammo per second. So you basically get to infinite fire this while your clone is active, and this works with a lot of different weapons. So the weapons you're going to use, you want to roll while Digi-Clone is active, regenerate 30% of magazine ammo per second. And as you can see here, if your clone's out, I mean, it's not totally permanent, but you can fire quite a bit. So that also comes into play because we are using, let's see here, salvation. So if you're hitting an enemy and you have 2 or 3 points into this, your life regen will be constant. You'll be nearly invincible as long as you're hitting something. So that's why you want to look for art. Well, let's just get into it. Let's go back into gear. Got distracted there. So for weapons, that's what I'm using. You can really use a lot of different ones with this. Got an unkempt herald here. Also, the no pew pew works great for clone and for you. So feel free to play around with that as well. Now, we are using the revolter. I find that it actually procs pretty good. It procs naturally just when you get hit, which is not bad. It's okay to let your shield go down because your life regen's going to be insane. So we are still using the revolter. If you wanted to use another shield, of course, you could do the little revolter trick to keep that up. But the good thing about this is your clone gets it as well. And you can switch with your clone, which will start recharging his shield, which will get knocked down, and then give him revolter. So revolter is pretty good for this build. Now for our class mod here, we are going with a Seeing Dead. This seems to work the best for it. Keeps Sentinel and clone up nearly indefinitely. So I've tried a whole bunch of different ones. I landed on this one as just being the best. So for your artifact, you can go with a few different ones here. Pearl of Ineffable Knowledge, of course, is always good. I was also using the Icebreaker Victory Rush, which is great. Have a toboggan here because I was playing around with the toboggan glitch, but we are not using that in this build. So probably look for Victory Rush or Pearl, kind of standard. Those will work the best with him. Now Grenade. In the video you saw that I was using the Pyro Burst, which I really like. I always wanted to make a build that utilized this. And with Zane being immune to his own grenade damage, this is really fun. It may not be the best damage-wise. So I also have a Murphtacular Hex here, but grenades really aren't that much for damage anyway. What you want to roll on these is on grenade thrown, weapon, grenade, and action skill damage are increased by 25% for 6 seconds. Now this is really cool because you're not throwing grenades, but this anoint will also proc when your Sentinel or clone throws a grenades, and you will be throwing a lot of grenades as you saw from the intro video. So I think that's all I got. There's my Twin Dragon Encounter Zane clone build. As always, all footage from the takedowns is in true takedown mode. So it is capable of all that. I got a pretty good Hemivorius run on him also. I might post later. And I think that's it. This might be my last Borderlands 3 build video just for a while. I still love the game. I'm still playing. I'm just honestly running out of ideas for builds that hasn't been done to death a million times. We'll still be updating if there's any cool events that come out or if I do figure out some cool builds. I want to move on to some other games as well and make some reviews, and I didn't want this channel to be a one-trick pony, but I love Borderlands and I love hearing from you guys. If you guys are interested in any games you'd like me to check out, I did just download Tiny Tina's Wonderland, the standalone from number 2, so I'll be going through that too and seeing if we can do any cool builds there. Be fun to revisit that. I have a review of the game Hades coming out, which I'm really liking, so I'll save that for later. And that's it. You guys are great, and we will see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye.